What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bolitarian Palace. This is Turn Green Go Ham here, and we're going to carry on with our Demon Souls Let's Play. So, last video I talked about an item. We're going to go grab that real quick. Where we met Ostrava, there is a way to get to where he was standing on that ledge down there. Now, it is tricky, so it might take me a time or two, but we'll see if we can get there from here. Oh, a little more to the left. And too far. I've done that so many times. Alright, we'll just run back up there. I think part of the difficulty of rolling off onto that is this particular game. And you know, we've come so far in video games with the analog sticks, and they just don't track the same in these older games. Now this ring that we're fixing to pick up, it's not necessarily for this build, but it does help in some situations, so we're going to go ahead and pick it up while we're here, if we can make the jump here. Jump. I wish you could jump in this game. Rolling's alright, but I miss jumping. Oh, come on. Oh, so close. It's like trying to do the tree jump back in Dark Souls 3. And there we go. Alright. So down here, we will find the Thief Ring. Thief's Ring makes you quiet. So you might be thinking, well, what good is that with a strength build? Well, I mean, first of all, it's going to help us sneak up on enemies for right now. But this game does have crystal lizards. And there are certain times that the crystal lizard will run. You know, there's nothing you can do. It's just gone. For instance, later in the game, there is a area with some mantas, some flying mantas, and there's two of them, and they're just right beside each other. So if you were to just run up there, you'll never be able to kill both of them. But with this ring on, you can snipe one of them down and then run up on the other one. So it really is handy in some situations, and you may as well wear it if you don't have another ring. So we are starting to head towards the second shortcut now. As we do, I want to bring your attention to, first of all, the huge dragons over there, but second of all, that's a lot of enemies, and they do have, some of them do have crossbows. If you pay attention behind you, obvious trap. So you run around that corner, they start shooting crossbows, one arrow hits that wall, and that is meant for you. But we'll turn it against them. Everybody loves free souls and free items. Okay, so up here around the corner, a couple of shield bros. Kind of want to try to get one if you can. Not a big fan of the spear and shield guys. For whatever reason, they recover faster than other enemies, and you can block them, get your counter hit, but 9 times out of 10 they'll get the next following hit. Let me just turn that phone off real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so talking about obvious traps. Looks like a lot of guys. And then we hear the sound. sound we've heard in every Dark Souls game ever. And we want to make him breathe fire because we're gonna use his little path to our advantage over here. He likes to fly there, but he also perches over here, and there's some items we want to snag up, and as long as he's over there breathing fire, we have a chance to grab these. Now, we can't get them all, unless we want to take a dragon tail to the face. That will do for now, and then we'll come down here and grab these. We will be coming back later for the last 2 items, though, so don't worry about that. If you get close to the other dragon, oh, see, we talked about equipment earlier, and I have messed up. Let's see what we've got to drop. See, I should have put my starting gear in the bank. However, these old ragged robes, as you can see, they're female only. We're a male character, so we're just going to get rid of those. Go over here where they're not in the way. Ragged. Old ragged. Old ragged. Alright, now we should be able to pick this up. So we got some full moon grass and shard of archstone. Shard of archstone, if you've played any Dark Souls games, just think of it like a homeward bone. Same thing. It will take you back without you losing your souls. Early on when we got to the Nexus, I picked up a Nexial binding from the Handmaiden, and that is basically like Dark Sign for Dark Souls. It sends you back to the Nexus, but you do forfeit all your souls. So the trick here is we need to cross the bridge. The dragon's going to be coming over here giving us a hard time. He did help us kill some enemies, but we do have to get past all of these guys. Don't you wish when you did that they could actually shoot each other? That would be fantastic. I know, it's too much to hope for from the remake. And this dragon will never actually take those guys out. He'll shake the camera around though and make it hard to do your job. Got him, 2 more to go. Oh no, I guess the other guy just backed up too far. The dragon got him. Alright, so there's an item out there on the bridge, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. It's probably just some grass. We're going to come over here and open our shortcut. Access to our area boss. Careful here, it's a pincher move. I said pincher, it's pincer. Take care of those guys. Break this, we got an item up here. Turpentine. Now I picked some up earlier and said that it would come in handy for the boss, so that's man, FromSoft, Miyazaki, they drop hints, don't they? So we've got turpentine up here. We're on our way down to open the shortcut. It's like he's saying, hey, this boss you're fixing to fight, you're gonna want this. All right, let's rethink this. Okay, feeling better about it. One-on-one inside there. I can deal with that. And now we go down the other tunnel. Now, the last tunnel was a little rough with the torch guys, but in this tunnel we have torch guys who are still stupid. And that fall actually killed him. And then we've got the blobby guy over there. Let's see if we can make this guy do the same. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. So these guys have big spears. There's not much you can do with this one. You really want to get around behind them, because that shield in the front, they absorb most of the damage that you do to them. But this guy is just all jammed up, so you just kind of got to deal with it. But they're tough in the front, soft in the back. And we'll run out here and grab an item. And just kind of show you, tie everything together. There's our first shortcut over there. There's where we started. And the boss room is right there that we just opened. Also, if you'll look across the way there, you'll notice that's an area that we haven't been to. Well, the reason we haven't been to it is there is that little ramp right there on the bridge. It goes down to a door, but the door doesn't open unless you have either a solid white or a solid black world tendency. So we will be coming back here after we finish the zone far enough to get a solid white tendency. We're gonna go over there. There's some mobs. There's a NPC and some different loot down there. One of the heavier sets of armor. And then we'll also want to go back during Black World Tendency, because instead of having a white or human NPC, I should say, we end up with a Black Phantom, and they both drop different things. So we definitely want to go both times. And this guy's gonna guard his back like the first one, so we're just gonna have to whittle him down. I'm not gonna waste any fire bombs or anything like that on this guy. These guys are extremely susceptible to fire. You'll understand in a minute why I said fire is good for the boss. So here's our last shortcut. Now we have access to everything if we want to go back up in there, which we eventually will to get those 2 items from the dragon. Come on. There we go. So we could go back, you know, kind of Souls common practice to go back and level up before you go to a boss. But don't forget, the Shrine Handmaiden won't let us level up until we kill this boss, so there's really no reason to go back. So let's check our hotbar here. We'll go ahead and leave those on. We don't need MP, we don't need a big full heal, and I'm actually going to leave it with just half moon grass, just to have less things to cycle through. But we're going to put this turpentine on there, and that's going to give us a flame weapon. Another thing that I never even touched on, there it is. In your right hand, you do have a catalyst, and we do start with heal, being a temple knight. I haven't used it. It is a free heal. You don't have to use your grass, so you know, use it when you need it. But we're gonna go ahead and put the fire on and head on in here. And it's just a whole bunch of those spear chuckers. And the trick is you have to take them down enough to get to the boss, because the boss is a larger, less shielded version of these guys. And the more of these you get through, the less spears you have to deal with. Good thing about these guys being part of the boss, these guys do drop upgrade materials. So we should get some when we beat this guy. I like to try to circle around him so that I can kill as many of these spear guys as I can while I kill the boss. But as you can see, fire just eats him alive. And that's it. First boss down. Piece of cake. Didn't even have to heal. And we got really lucky and we got a lot of upgrade materials from these guys. Let's see. Sharpstone. Sharpstone. It may all be sharpstone. Nope. Hardstone too. Alright. So as soon as we get that claymore, we're really going to be able to upgrade. And one more over here. Now we've done our job. We get our soul. And we're human again. So, as I explained with the world tendency, when you're human and you die to a boss, it shifts your tendency to black. Typically, you want to do a white tendency playthrough in each area first. The reason for that is it's always easy to throw yourself off a cliff later, less easy to kill bosses and do quests enough to push you back to the white tendency. So each of these zones we go through, we're going to be doing a white tendency playthrough as we make our way to the final boss, and then we'll be going back and doing the dark tendency events after that. So we can now go back. We're going to go back to the Nexus and we'll get a little bit of lore and we'll be able to level up.
Welcome back.
Oh, you showed back up.
The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
Alright, so if we talk to her...
The monumental awaits the... The monumental will explain the nexus...
She just repeats what she's already said. She's not gonna let you... Oh, don't let me forget here. We're right here.
Then, may I ask you a favor? Would you mind giving up that hairpin? I'd like to have it in memory of my daughter.
So it was his daughter's hairpin that we found. And it's really sad because his wife and daughter were hung up on the side of a castle from chains.
You're a saint.
Of course we're going to give it to him.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I mustn't forget. It's not much, but please accept this as thanks. I'm a bit ashamed to say, but I found it one day, discarded on the main road. But it seems to possess a strange power. Anyway, I feel that you should have it. It will be happier in your hands.
Ring of Herculean Strength. Let's take a look at that real quick. Raises your maximum item burden, and it makes sense we get it from this guy because he's our stockpile guy. Anytime that you accidentally pick up too much or forget to empty your bags like I did earlier, you can swap to this ring and carry more to get you back here with the equipment. So we'll come in very handy. But while we're here, let's not forget that I didn't drop off.
I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
I didn't drop off my original starting gear that I took off specifically to save weight. So we'll drop that off. Wooden bolts we need to keep. Actually, we'll keep them both till we get done with the dragon, but we can drop off all the weapons we're not going to use. So say goodbye to the weapons. Actually, light crossbow, I need to take that back. This big heavy flame shield. Now it does have a lot of flame resistance, which would make it easier to go get the items from the dragons, but we're going to kill one of them anyway, so it really just doesn't matter. And then these upgrade materials, they do cost weight, and we can access them from the bank when we're talking to our blacksmiths. So every time we get a chance, we're just going to put those in the bank. We got a lot of grass and stuff, doesn't weigh too much. Shard of Archstone is probably the heaviest thing we have in here. Brass telescope. We're not a caster, we're not going to need to use it, so I'm going to drop that off as well. And then all the souls don't weigh anything, so...
Rest assured, your goods are... Best of luck to you.
So we're good here.
Wait, where are you going?
I got stuff to do. I got to go talk to the Monumental. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to talk to the Monumental and learn about the Nexus. It's just really sad that guy abandoned his wife and daughter and they ended up strung up like that. Like, daggum Miyazaki in the fields. You'll notice here, there's a bunch of them lining the wall here. None of the candles are lit. Except for this one right over here. They're all slumped over, so we'll learn more about that as she tells us what's going on.
We have long awaited you, Slayer of Demons. I am one of the Monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is something thou needest to know. Once, we too, a scourge of demons faced. In the distant past, under a benevolent rule, the world was united owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to his slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and half the world lost, erased by the fog. In order to mend the fabric of what land still remained, we entrusted 6 elders with 6 precious archstones. 1 to the king of a small yet diligent land. 1 to the king of the burrowers underground. 1 to the wise queen of the great ivory tower. 1 to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls. 1 to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping shadowmen. And the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed at nodes across the earth. We contained the Old One inside this nexus and banned the soul arts. Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality. Alas, the other monumentals have perished, and only I remain.
So, by the power of the Monumentals, the 4 sealed archstones have been released. That means we can travel to any world we want now. So, as she said, they've all perished one by one. They've all sat here guard all of this time, and she's the only one left. So, as it said in the beginning, we really are the last hope.
Now it is your turn. You must lull the Old One back to its slumber, and seal it away for all eternity. If not, the deep fog will absorb all that we know. Have you the strength to accept this mission?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we are fortunate indeed to have you. Now, go forth, and destroy every last demon. The old one, without demons to feed its souls, will a new servant seek and lure you to its bosom.
Well, I know y'all haven't seen it yet, but I've seen the final boss, and I really, I don't care for its bosom, so let's stop it. Meanwhile, over here, now that we have access to this upper area, I want to grab this item real quick. And this is a ephemeral eye, stone of ephemeral eyes, and what it does is it brings you back to human. So if you die in the world, you can use it and become human again. So that and killing a boss, getting a soul, is the only way to come out of soul form and become human again. So as I was saying earlier with the world tendency, as we go through and we do things and we don't die in human form, you know, we go towards white tendency. If you die while human, you go towards black tendency. So one of the things we'll do when we go back through and push it to black is we'll use the stone of ephemeral eyes and basically just kamikaze off the side of a cliff and push it to dark so we can go back through there. Because once you kill all the bosses and everything, there's really no way other than that to push it back to black. So we're at 26 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. When we get back, we will go ahead and level up, and then we'll head to the second area of the first Archstone and get our Claymore. So thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be putting out more videos, so make sure you hit the notifications so you can see when they pop up. And once again, you know, I'm doing this because of the remake, so don't forget to hit that comment section. Let me know what you think, what you're thinking about the remake, what the footage that you've seen so far. One thing I found interesting about it was the you know, this talks about the fog, and we saw with the bosses that they seem to be emitting the fog, so I thought that was a nice touch by Blue Point. But start up a conversation. Let's talk about it, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.